Hi everyone, this is Ramona coming back at you. My kids are out at the park, but that was like about a half an hour ago. They should be coming in soon. So I think that this is going to be a really short video. Okay, so this is not like any life lessons or anything like that. This is just stuff that's been going on in my life that is kind of like funky. Anyway, um, I think I've mentioned, yeah, I'm pretty sure I mentioned, like this friend that I used to have, like, God, a few years ago. I want to say a few years ago because it just seems like it's a done deal. It's over. It's not, the friendship is over. It's done. I don't think about this person anymore. So like when you feel that way, it just seems like it's been ages ago, and it's probably like been 2 years now, something like that. I don't know. But anyway, I don't know. This ex-friend of mine, like all of her friends pretty much dumped her. I wouldn't say all of her friends, but like she's got like a lot. And this TV is loud. There's nobody here to like turn it down. Um, yeah, but anyways, like she has like she used to have like a bunch of really great friends. Problem is that like we all grew up and she didn't, and we were just, sometimes you get sick and tired of the drama and the bullshit, you know what I mean? And because you become so busy with your own life, and she doesn't pretty much get that, and it just seems like everything is supposed to be all about her and nobody else. Everybody else goes second, and if not, then she will go down a list of all the things she's done for you, and it's just crazy. It's crazy. I mean, if I sit here and I tell you everything of how she is and who she is as a person, we'd be here all day. So I don't want to take up your time to do that, but it's crazy. Okay, and I've made up my mind about who she is, and you can't deny it. You know what I mean? But just the other day, um, this summer, like I've seen some friends that we have in common. Now these are like pretty much her friends, but now they're becoming my friends. You know what I mean? Because we have like that common ground. You know what I mean? And which is this ex-friend, and then also, we get along great. Her and her family, like we all get along great. I've known them for many, many, many years. We used to live in the same neighborhood and everything. So so I was sitting out in front of my building and I was talking to them, and this ex-friend happened to walk by. Now I know that she's seen us sitting there, and I don't know, but I didn't hear anything from her. And then, so what happened? So I went grocery shopping, and there was nobody in line. It was so weird. Like the line was totally backed up on the next register over. Nobody was in this line except my ex friend. I'm like, what? Is it closed? It wasn't closed, so I got in on the line, and she just striked up a conversation. Now, I'm civil with her. Like I don't like drama. I don't like any issues or problems. I don't like ducking from anybody. You know what I mean? If I'm civil to you. If I'm civil to you, then you civil you civil to me. I'm debating on whether I should get up and shut off that TV. It's so annoying. Yeah, I'm gonna shut off. I'm going to shut it off. Sorry, you guys. And I dropped my pillows. I'm seeing up my nose. Great. Sorry about that. Okay. So, yeah, and then she was just, she's striking up, telling me all of, what her kids are up to and this and that, and like, okay, so like another time as well, like she'll bump into me, she's like, oh, where's your son going for high school next year? And I'm like, oh, I haven't really decided yet. I don't like to share any of my business with somebody who I'm just not friends with. I don't trust her. I don't, and I feel like every time she asks me a question, it's not to be friendly. It's more about, is my life better than yours? Let me see. like, that kind of thing. So I don't, even if it comes off, even if I come off like sounding like, oh, things are not going so great, it's like, it's basically what I'm feeling is like, I don't care if you think that my life is not going so great. It is going really, really wonderfully, but I don't want to share with you because you burned that bridge down with me, and I don't trust you. When you come near me, I don't feel safe with you. Like, not that I feel physically, like physical harm, but like at least emotionally, like I don't trust why you're coming near me. I always think that it's gonna be like a selfish, a selfish reason. You know what I mean? So like I said, we were in Stop and Shop, and she's asking me, like she's telling me all of these things. Oh, my kids are up to doing this and up to doing that, and blah 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 blah, boasting, boasting, and I'm like, or whatever. Like there was a time when I sincerely was happy about all of your family's accomplishments. We're not friends anymore, and I'm okay with saying hello and goodbye. And if we have to be in the neighborhood, like same functions that we're going to, again, hello, goodbye, how are you? But other than that, I'm not interested. I'm not. Like, she burned that bridge down with me, and to back that up, like other people, all of the rest of her friends are saying the same damn thing. I mean, when you have four best friends and they systematically over the years have dumped you, like dumped her, there's a problem. She don't see a problem, and I don't want to be friends with her anymore. Like, that's it. I'm done. I mean, because there was a time when like I'd be I wouldn't talk to her for like an entire year, and then I'm like, oh, but like hanging out with her, it is kind of fun and stuff like that. But then I keep going and stronger, like realizing like when I'm with her, I just don't trust her. Like when she asks me questions, whenever you like hang out with somebody, and this is for you guys, okay? This is how you decide whether to be a friend with somebody, like an ex-friend or anybody. When you are, as soon as you go near that person and they start asking you questions, and they could be innocent questions like, oh, how's your kids, and how are you doing, and stuff like that. If you're like fully open, like there's no reason for you to hide, and there's no reason for you to like put a wall up, or like if there's no reason, you just, oh, the kids are doing great. They're doing A, B, C, D, and yeah, da, 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 da. Oh, I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing A, B, C, D, and you don't think about it. You're just interacting with somebody. But if you always got that feeling of like, why are they asking me that? What is the underlying reason? Is there a really underlying reason why they're asking me these questions? I don't know. I don't know if I want to tell this person that. I don't know if I want, like when you start feeling that way with somebody, I'm sorry, the trust is broken. The trust has been completely broken, and um, without trust, what is there? There's nothing, not in a friendship. So I just decided that, like, I'm just gonna. So, anyways, we're never gonna be friends again. So she had seen me there. I had did her a favor at Stop and Shop, which I'm not gonna disclose what that is. And so with that, she said, "Oh, do you wanna?" She wanna get a ride back, And I'm like, okay, well, I am extremely busy. That day I was really, really busy. So I'm like, yeah, it'd be great if I can get like to the house, put my groceries away, and continue on with my business, right? So we took a ride back, and then like we were talking about things that happened in the community, and she asked me 3 times, not periodically, but like throughout the conversation, oh, you should call me sometime so we can talk about this. Oh, you should call me back. I'm like, oh, yeah, yeah. And then like as soon as we got to our destination, I opened the door, and she's like, oh, you should call me sometime. Yeah, because like blah 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 blah. And I'm like, oh, okay. I gotta get going. I have to get to the office, and I have to get I have to drop this off, I have to drop that off. And so I just left her standing there. I'm just like, no. And I know the reason why she did that is because I know that she saw me and this group of friends sitting in front of the building conversing and laughing together and what have you, and she's just trying to get in like Clint because she can't stand to be not in the know of what's going on. And I've known this woman for 20 years now. We were friends for 20 years. That's a long time. So like when you've known somebody that long, you know them like the back of your hands. So I know she's smiling. Oh yeah. But she's raging inside, and she's jealous, and she's upset, and she's angry. Oh, she's stealing my friend. She's just, and it's not all about that. It's just Chris. Oh, I almost gave the name away. But we've always got along. We've always. She thinks I'm funny. Her family likes me. Like well, and we always got along with each other. So why not hang out with each other? So, but we had this. I threw a barbecue this weekend, and it was so much fun. We were out there for I'm not joking, like 8.5 hours we were there since like 11:30 to about 7:30 at night. I'll say about 7. It's about 8 hours. And it was an amazing day. It was really wonderful. And this group of people that I'm talking about, I had invited them to come, and hang out. Throwing a barbecue is like insanely expensive, by the way. I was like, oh my God. But she bought half the bulk, and then I bought the other bulk. So I spent about close to $60, and she did her 60. I don't know how much she spent. I didn't ask. But we had like an amazing time. And so, like, this ex-friend's mom was, like, riding around the block, like, so past the park and, and where we were barbecuing, stuff like that. And I know that she's seen because it's just like, why are you being so super friendly to me all of a sudden? You know what I mean? Like, all of a sudden you're being really friendly to me out of the blue. It doesn't have anything to do with you seeing me hanging out with your ex-friend. Maybe if you were a better friend, people wouldn't be dropping like flies around you. Like, there's something there. Like, you know what I mean? So, I'm cool people. This new person, the other girls, cool people. So hang out and have fun. Not my problem. If somebody's over there raging and being upset and what have you. My ears like been burning lately. I always say, I'm like, damn, somebody's talking about me raging. Yeah. Okay, so like, you know what? There's this other story just recently. Okay, so it has to do with this barbecue this weekend that I had. I don't know. What do you guys think? I think that I'm right. Okay, so I have these other friends, right, that I didn't invite to the barbecue. And yes, they live in my community. I just figured, okay, they won't know that I'm having a barbecue. I'm all the way in the back where the pits are, and there's a nice playground, a water park, da da da. Nobody's going to know. None of my friends are going to know. And the reason why I didn't invite them is because I didn't have that much money. I mean, to invite all my friends would be like a $200 like deal, and I wasn't trying to like spend that much money. I'm not like buying food and everything. It was just a crazy. It was really fun, but it was just a crazy day because they ended up like some of them ended up coming. Some of them ended up coming anyway because it was in the common park, and my friend's children were there. And then when the children went home to go change and stuff, because it's a water park, like, oh, we saw Ramona there, and so like my friends had came. One of my friends had came, and she was like, oh, well, can I have a cheeseburger? Can I, oh, let me have a cheeseburger. Let me have this, that, and the other. And I was like, fine with me. It really didn't, because we were, number one, she's a friend of mine. Number two, there was extra food sitting there anyway, so it didn't really matter. Excuse me, I really need to get, this is not water. I need a drink. My son graduated. Boop, boop. I'm using his cup. Okay, so I don't know, like, and then on Facebook, another friend had inboxed me and said, I would never do that to you. I'd always invite you to whatever function that I'm throwing. And I had wrote her back and I had said, well, it really wasn't to omit, what's the word, not omit. It wasn't my point and intention to not invite you. It was just basically because I was just throwing this small thing. It was like a last minute small thing that I wanted to throw, and I knew that I couldn't afford everyone, so I didn't invite you. And the only reason that she found out is because the friend that had come, right, um, she surprised me by coming. I guess, and then another friend had posted it on Facebook. She was like, "Thank you for grilling my food." Da, da, da. So, anyways, it got around to everybody that I had a barbecue, and I'm like, because I didn't want. It wasn't about like not inviting anybody. It was about me just having like this small party because it costs a lot to like invite everybody. I don't know, just like talking about this stuff. So I'm like sitting here. I'm like, I want to make a quick video before the kids come home because they have camp tomorrow, and yay! I love my children, I really do, but you know, and actually the small vacation time that we had with each other, it wasn't so bad. But I think that now, after like a couple of weeks have gone by, I think they're getting under each other's skin and under mine too. My son has not worked for 2 days, and I'm hoping Monday he's going to be able to work because his Corey didn't come in. Now, because he's working through an agency who got him that job, and the government said that everything, all the ticks have to be checked off, and all the children need to have Corey, which is a background check pretty much. And so I don't know what's going on. When I went to ABCD, they never, which is a place that finds jobs for all the kids and gets their papers together and what have you. Okay, but I never had to go through that. I mean, if they did a Corey, it was like, you know, I didn't know anything. But now, like, he missed 2 days of work and possibly 3 days because they have not processed the papers. So now he's missed 3 days of work, and I'm really pissed off about that because he gets paid pretty decent, and he's missing out on that money. Like, come on, people. Like, you want to keep the youths off the street. Now, my son happens to not be problematic. He's not a street person. He's not, you know, bouncing around doing all the crazy things that a lot of teenagers do. Thank God. But the point is that you want these kids off the street. Get them into the working field. Like, prepare. This is just for preparation, really, to prepare kids that this is what the real world's about. And here, there's a big agency, and you can't do a Corey. Hello, I can do the Corey. Give me 5 minutes. Da, 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 da. Oh, okay. He has no record. But then my son's doing camp tomorrow. I call it camp for his sake, but it's really it's an extended school year. So because he is autistic, so he has to do extended school year. So he's starting that tomorrow, and I'm hoping that he gets up on time because now he's off like his schedule. So I don't know. What else is there to talk to you guys about? I don't even know how long we've been talking. I just came on here and I was just like, Oh, remember like a while back I had said that, you know, about helping out in the community and stuff like that. You know what? Like, I wonder if like people in my community watch. You know, I say that like, oh, I wonder, but I know for a fact that. Oh, okay. I gotta tell you that. I'm gonna finish that thought and then I'll go on to the other thing. I know for a fact that like people in my community watch my channel. Yeah. Okay. So hello everyone. Those of you who are watching. Um, But oh, it was so awesome. in lieu to that, so I was walking up on Tremont Street, right? Where was it? Oh, I was going to the phone store. I don't forget what it's called, like a T-Mobile or something. It's not T-Mobile. But anyways, um, yeah. So I was gonna purchase a phone and stuff like that. But this is the second time it's happened that I've been pulled over, and I'm like, I've seen you on YouTube. And so, no, I'm not YouTube famous, but my son and I was joking. My son is the one who's, and that's the most important because he seemed pretty impressed with that. He was like, Mom, you're YouTube famous. And I'm like, I guess so. I'm going to be honest, that did feel pretty good. That was the second time that I was pointed out as I seen you on YouTube. So I thought that was pretty dandy. So if you're watching those two people who saw me, hey, this is a shout out for you guys. Hey! Um, yeah, so that was pretty awesome. Okay. So I just can't believe I'm home. I'm so like silly and goofy. But as soon as the door closed, I did my like I'm alone dance, like da 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 da. I forget the song that I was singing. I was like, I don't know. I was just really happy to be alone. That means some. Do you want to hear something that was so weird that happened today? Okay, so for the most part of the day, we stayed home today because it just seems every time we have like a big, massive, long day, like yesterday, the following day, we just want to crash and stay in the house and chill. But anyway, so we had stayed home all day today for the most part. I did go out. But somebody had put their key in my door. And at first I'm like, is there? Because like sometimes like the wind will blow and like it's like a metal frame and the metal door, so you can hear like a click click like. But it's really because somebody opened the back door to the stairwell, and so like a gush of wind came in, and then like it'll push, and then you hear like a click of the door. But no, then all of a sudden I heard a, you know, like the key entering like the keyhole. There's like, and then I hear like, and I'm like, what the hell is that? And then I'm like, Demetrius. I was like, hey, there's somebody at the door. There's somebody trying to get into the door. Yeah, it was really weird. And then I had looked underneath the door because it's like the little tiniest gap, right? And I see a shadow underneath there. There's somebody standing there. I'm like, that's so weird. And then I hear it again because like the top lock and the bottom lock have actually the same lock, the same key. So I hear the top pulled out, and then the bottom. I'm like, who the hell is that? I'm like, oh my god. And I'm like, Demetrius, go see. So he goes looked out the door. I don't want to yell over at him. Well, who is it? You know, because I didn't want the person on the other side the person who was trying to get in, um, to hear me. You know. So my son finally comes and leaves the door, and he was like, Mom. I was like, well, who is it? And he was like, you know that neighbor that lives down the hall right next to the laundry room? And I'm like, the old, yeah? And he was like, yeah, it's that guy. And I'm like, what? I'm like, oh, I'm like, we're sitting there like, oh, but laughing at the same time because we're not scared because there's no way he's getting in, number one. And number two, I'm like, you know what happened to Demetrius? I think that he found, somebody probably left a set of keys in the laundry room because I've done that. Like, you have to have the key to open the laundry room, but sometimes you forget in your haste and you leave the key in there. So I'm like, he probably found a set of keys, and now he's going from door to door to check to see who's the key belonged to. Uh, I was like, go look to see if he's trying to open other people's doors, right? And we didn't see him at that point. But then he said that he had seen him going around the corner and then come back out. And I'm like, oh my god, that's weird, right? I'm like, you know what this means, Demetrius? I'm gonna have to call security. And I'm like, okay, So get up. Like I said, we were home all day, so I'm like, go put the blankets away and let's straighten up a little bit in case security has to come in, right? So we're just straightening up a little bit, and then but then I heard like that, like a walkie-talkie go off, and I'm like, that's a security guard because but they do rounds on each floor. We have security that goes from floor to floor every all day long. They start from the bottom all the way up to the tippity top, which I live in a high rise, right? They go from floor to floor, floor to floor, all the way up. Poor guys. Anyway, so I hear to the walkie-talkie, so I'm like, screw this. I open the door and I'm like, um, what's going on? I was like, that guy tried to like put the key in my door and was like opening it. That was like, I don't know, about 3 minutes ago. I was like, because I was about to call security. What's happening? I was like, somebody, why are you here? Did somebody call you? And I think like, I wasn't getting it, but I think he was trying, the security was saying without saying words, like, shh, basically, don't embarrass the guy. So turns out that I think the guy has dementia or something, and he got lost, but I don't know. I mean, we'll never know because, like, I'm thinking, uh, I think what happened was is that the security was just happened to doing his rounds, and then he just and then the guy who was trying to get in here made up a story like I'm lost. I don't know where my home is because he probably thought I called security and that's why the security is there. But it just was a coincidence that security came on the floor with his rounds at the same time. So the guy was like, yeah, I don't know. I'm lost. Yeah, that's a ticket. I'm lost. He was trying to get in. So it was either he was trying to get in and made up a lame story, or he really does have dementia. And if he has dementia, like, why is he alone? And I see him outside by himself all the time. Like, wouldn't he have like a nurse with him or something? Like, I clearly think he has family taking care of him. I don't know. So I'm going to wrap this up, you guys. It wasn't like my ordinary video, but I thought that was pretty funny about the stuff that's been going on. Is there anything else that I would like to share? Oh, like, so that question back then, like, do you think that I was wrong about that? About not inviting my friends? I mean, or did I have the right to, like, not invite them because I wasn't trying to throw a big deal party. You know what I mean? And that was like my first like cookout that I threw, and it was awesome. It rocked. Yeah. You know, next time I'm going to invite them. You know, I hope like if she's not so upset with me, because like now that I know how to throw a barbecue, I'm going to do it again, and when I get like a big chunk of money, I'm just going to like throw one because it is expensive. It's expensive to like feed like I don't know how many people would come. You know what I mean? And so yeah, I know I have a viewer, but I'm gonna wrap this up. I only wanted to check in with you guys and just share that little tidbit of what's going on with you guys. Just to come on more often. Okay, so I'm going to let you go. Mwah, mwah, love everybody. And I will see you next time. Love.